All right, you guys, welcome to our call tonight, to our Zoom meeting, and we're going to be talking about how to use three-way calling to explode your business. So what I'm going to be wanting to really share with you is how to use three-way calling to help your downline explode their business, and then for you to use three-way calling to explode your own personal business with your upline. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. So I want you to think about it both ways. If you're a district or if you're an area manager, I want you to think about how you could be using this to really maximize all of the opportunities for you. So let's get started and talk about that. First of all, it's the reason why you want to use your three-way calling is to truly, you guys, I can't stress enough, when I have seen all of these different leaders use three-way calling to really just explode their business by launching new people and immediately getting into three-way calling and when she said that it takes them from going district to area. So instead of getting a consultant to district in 60 to 90 days, they get them to area in 60 to 90 days. And that is really what we want to do. That is the whole idea of what we're talking about tonight, is helping you to get yourself and to get your new people to get into area qualification in 90 days by using three-way calling to explode your business. So let's talk about that. First of all, when you think about new people, when you sponsor somebody new, one of the reasons you're using three-way calling is because a lot of times when they're brand new, they don't have that kind of credibility that they need to have with people in their life. So you're providing validation when they're listening to you talking and doing a three-way. They're getting knowledge. They're just being able to drink in what you're saying and what you're teaching them, whether you're doing a three-way call about helping somebody close the business. If you do have background noise, just mute out your own microphone, and then you can open it again when you have questions, okay? Love any questions or anything that you need more information on as we go along tonight. You can exert a lot of influence. I can't tell you how well over the years, there's been times when I've used my three-way calling a lot better than other times in my career. And when I look back, when I used my three-way calling and used it really a lot, I absolutely got my business into fourth gear because I was able to exert influence. And it helps get your new person into action. Because new people don't get into action because it's of fear. They've never done anything like this before. They don't know what the system is. They don't know what they're supposed to do. So it gets them into action. So that's your first thing. Now, there's 7 reasons why we want to have local business, we want to have local meetings, and we want to have 3 ways to help us build those local events. You want to build in your hometown and use your home to have home meetings and use 3 ways to make your business explode so that you're creating little satellites of people in your organization that are having home meetings all over the place. And the reason that you want to build your business this way is because it's informal, it has a relaxed and friendly environment. It's a way to train and practice and raise up leaders. So when you're doing 3-way calling, you're able to raise up leaders because they can hear you. They can really absorb exactly how to duplicate you and duplicate yourself, and you can create your own team. You can create your own team culture, and you have to decide what kind of a culture do you want to have. Do you want to have a culture of a team that really is there supporting each other and growing and it's in momentum, that you support each other? You can create that culture through having three-way calling and having your local events. That is how you're going to create your team culture. It's simple and cost-effective and easy to organize. It's duplicatable. And it really, when you build, doing what we're going to talk about tonight, it really is a fast way to build, and you can create a solid foundation for your business. So let's talk about why there's the psychology in a three-way call. When you bring somebody in and you do three-way calling with them, and you help them with scheduling their calendar, sponsoring their consultants, closing their sponsoring appointments, you're going to help them avoid that salesman syndrome. And that's that when somebody comes into our business and goes right back out because they never felt successful, they never got started. So this is really going to help you avoid that revolving door. And it helps to get people started for the right reasons, and it helps to set the correct expectations. Now, when you're doing a three-way call with people, you get to set the expectations. And I love doing that because when I'm on with a new consultant, I get to set the expectations of what they want to do with the business, how much money they want to make, and what kind of hours and energy and commitment it's going to take to put in to be able to achieve that. And so you get to help set the correct expectations. When you do three-way calling, you are at least one level removed from the person that you're speaking with. And there's something magical with that. I can just tell you right now that you're going to have so much more leverage when you build an organization with the people that are one step removed from you than you do with your people that are direct to you. It's amazing. It's just funny how that works, but you're going to be able to help them build much faster because you're another level away from them. You're also going to be able to help your new consultant understand that they're sorting and not convincing, that they're prospecting and they're helping people, and that it's going to, when you prospect for silver or gold or diamonds, that you have to go through a lot of dirt and rocks to find those gems. And so we're sorting, and so that they're going to have the right expectations of that I just am in a lot of activity, and it's the activity that's going to give me the results. So they don't get so emotionally involved with every single phone call they make. So they're having the right attitude about how they're doing their business. So the several reasons to use a three-way call is that it saves time. You're not driving 90 minutes away in terrible traffic to be able to find out that this person really doesn't have any desire to do Arbonne. You can do a three-way call with your new consultant and find out, and you're going to be able to find that out without having to drive clear across town to find that out. It saves energy and money. It's duplicable. You can leverage the relationship because, like I said, they don't know you. When you're the upline, you're the sponsor, you're the district manager, the area manager. You're leveraging your regional vice president, your national vice president. And there's just one little thing that I want you to write down. And it's a magical question. and I want you to write down, first, of course, I want you to be taking really good notes, but I want you to write down, if I could, could you do this? If I could do this, if I could do this, could you do this? If I was able to be able to get my area manager on the phone with us, or my regional vice president on the phone with us, would you be able to give us 15, 20 minutes so that she can really explain to you, really go over with you what's happening with our company as we're going global, how we're the trends that Arbonne is just knocking down right now with our new product launches. Would you be able to, if I could arrange for her, if I was able to get my upline, she's incredible, she's a top leader in our company, and she could carve out some time to be able to meet with you, would you be able to give her 20 minutes? So you're going to use that question, you're going to use that leverage to help close the people that you're really working with that are on your dream team. It's a simple skill to teach. It helps you, people to really think that you're service, not sales focused. And you can do it local, national, and international. So that's what's great, is you can help your people build people all over the world. When I was first opening up Australia, I helped my new person sponsor every new consultant. We did a 3-way call for her to help. I helped her sponsor every new person that she brought in. So you can do it anywhere. You can help them build anywhere. So there's 5 types of 3-way calls. So think about this, and are you doing these? Are you using this to your advantage? First of all, it's to help you close. So help you close someone who has been, that's a 2 after they say they've been to a business chat or a coffee meetup, and they're very interested, and you've sent them home with a curiosity packet, and now you want some help closing. So you use that 3-way to close your prospects. Are you using it to welcome your new person in so that your upline can really have influence with them to be able to make their picture of Arbonne bigger? And are you using it for the 25 jumpstart calls to help them immediately get out there and get their business started? You can use it for recognition. I love it when my team puts me on the call with somebody because it is they've done something really great, and I can congratulate them. Well, for going, first step district, first step area, first step region, for having a fantastic event the night before. Just whatever it is to get that, make them feel valued and important. How about reigniting? What could you do with reigniting? How could you use it for reigniting? Any ideas from any of you? What could you do with your sponsor? If you're upline, how could you use it to reignite your person? Any thoughts? Anybody there? Open up your screen. Now think about it. What could you do if you had somebody who you brought in and they kind of stalled on you? They were going good and then they stalled. What could you do with your upline? How could you reignite them?
A relaunch of their business?
You could do a relaunch. Absolutely. You could do a relaunch. So you could do 3-way calls with your relaunch to relaunch. Okay. What else?
Hi, Dina. Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
I think you and Ann actually did this for me one time when I was starting out, just calling and encouraging and kind of breaking down their schedule and giving them ideas. That was awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is exactly right. So you can, if your person has kind of stalled out, arrange, and basically what you're going to do, if I could arrange some time with our regional vice president, would you be able to, and you're going to use that. So what you can do, like what Cynthia was just talking about, is you can help that new person get relaunched. You can give them ideas. You can help them remember their why. So if I remember right, when you came in, you were so excited about Arbonne because you really wanted to be able to quit that job and be able to come home with your children. Has that changed for you? Has that changed for you, Amber? Has that changed for you? Veronica, has that changed? You're reminding them of their why. You can also use it to really build for events. So if you're building for a local event, for a Discover Arbonne event, if you're building that you want people to go to the Impact Tour, if you want people to go to your AAC or your Canadian conference or just go to GTC, use your three-way calls with people who are kind of like can't make up their mind if they should go or not. Use your three-way calls to get people to commit to your big events. So those are the 5 types of three-way calls. So look at those and think, am I using those? Am I doing those? Do I want to put those into my business?
Dina, I thought of another one.
You bet.
If you have someone like a personal trainer and maybe they're your friend as well, and so maybe to them you might need a bit of extra credibility coming from a three-way if you want to talk about fighter sports, or a new range that's coming in. If you're talking to a beauty therapist or someone, and you just need that extra third party.
Absolutely, you can use them for all. I've talked to so many people. I've talked to chiropractors, and I've talked to salon owners and estheticians, beauty therapists. I've talked to so many people, doctors, you name it. I've talked to so many people over the years because I just help them. I lend credibility. So just like Kelly said, use that for that credibility piece about the product, about the company that you need to help you with that person that you really would love to have in your business. Okay, so let's look at the next thing. So what are some things that you need to do before you put someone on a three-way call? You need to do some things. You need to do some pre-screening questions so that you know if your prospect is ready for a three-way call. So you would want to, let's think about all the ways that you're going to have your sponsor help you close. So if they're going to help you close like a pamper basket, close a coffee meetup, close a business chat, close after a Discover Arbonne event. So if you're thinking of those, you're going to have them prepared. You're going to invite somebody to an event, to one of those events. You're going to present Arbonne to them, whether it's a product presentation or business presentation. And then you're going to follow up with them. And then after you do the follow-up, and when you're finding out where they're at, then you're ready to ask them, because you've invited and you've presented. And now we're going to do these 5 questions. So let's go through and think about this. Number one, you've got to ask yourself, has my prospect been through the system? So have I given them enough information? So let's say that they've come to a coffee meetup and they are very interested. So you could have them watch a Discover Arbonne, watch one of the 6-minute, 8-minute videos, send them home with a curiosity packet to go through. So have they been through the system? Have you arranged for a 3-way call telling them about what it will look like? So you want to let them know that, you know, I'm going to get my, I'm going to arrange for my regional vice president to do a 3-way call. Then we'll call you and we'll be able to ask for, I'm sure you'll want some more clarity on, maybe on some of the products or how you would start your Arbonne business. And my regional vice president is fantastic. And you want to really edify that person before you, when you're getting ready to call them. So you tell them all about what it's going to look like when you do the 3-way call. And then you want to ask them right now, because you've done the follow-up, what do you like best about what you've seen so far? So what do they like best about the product, the company, the opportunity where Arbonne's at right now? What do they like best about what they've seen so far? So you're going to prepare your upline by letting them know where your prospect's at right now. You want to make sure you've asked your prospect that question. And then what is their likely motivation? You want to make sure that you know what their likely motivation is so that your upline can talk to them about their needs. They can pull together another person that's, because remember, we really close through stories. So if they're a teacher, I want to know that. If they're in the beauty industry, I want to know that. If they're in the health industry, I want to know that. If they're a stay-at-home mom, I want to know that, because then I'm going to bring in stories to be able to close that person because of their likely motivation. And you want to know that beforehand, so that you're hitting the right hot buttons. And then what are the challenges that they may likely need or want to overcome? So, okay, they're a single mom, so maybe they're not going to have a lot of money to put into this. So we need to overcome that. Or they're a very busy mom. They've got 7 kids, so we need to overcome that. So I need to know, your upline needs to know what are the challenges. So you're going to have that, think about that before you do your calls. Any questions on those? Can you think of anything that I haven't thought of here?
Pretty good.
Okay, we're good there?
Yeah, very
Okay.
good.
So on the 3-way protocol, you want to do your follow-up like we talked about, and then you're going to say, if I could. So you're asking something from them. If I could, if I was able to, would you be able to join us? Would you be able to get together tomorrow at lunch hour for, let's say, 15 to 20 minutes, and we could chat with my regional vice president, with my area manager, and talk more about what the opportunities are in Arbonne right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're really doing that transition. Then so what you're going to do is you're going to call your upline, get your upline on hold, then call your prospect and merge the 2 calls. Now, here's the smart thing to do. You're going to edify your upline when you introduce your prospect. That's why it's always so important that you edify your upline. because you want to have that done for you. You want to create a culture where they edify the person that is their sponsor or upline.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure that you're doing that, because if you do that with them,
Mm-hmm.
so one of the things I always try to do, if Kelly puts me online with one of her new people, I always want to make sure that I edify Kelly to her prospect. So she edifies me when she introduces me. I want to edify her back to her person that she is wanting to sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure that you're doing that when you're doing your three-way call. And then mute yourself and listen and learn. This is the time to really drink in, take notes about how they handle different things. So make sure that you're really learning. So let's think about this. So when you're doing your three-way calling is such a way for you to grow a team very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you have let's just do this in threes. If you have 3 consultants that you're working with right now,
Mm-hmm.
I love to work in threes. So if there's 3 people that you have on your team that you would love to really help grow their business, you can help each one of those 3 people close their business chats, close. I even help my 3 people that I'm working with, helping them close their pamper baskets, because they're really good people that they have really done all the steps with. They did it the correct way. They did the tell and drop. So they did the tell part first. They found out for me that person was a 2, and they were very, quite interested in finding more about the business. So when they did the close, they got me on the line, and I was able to talk to them after they did the close. And so you can use take those 3 people that you're working with right now and use your three-way calling to really quickly build your business, and use it to close their business chats. One of the things that MJ Durkin always says, he says, when you guys ask people where they're at on a scale of 1 to 10, and then they're a 7, you get so excited, and you call up your upline and you go, I've got a 7. He says, I get frustrated because it takes you 7 months to close them. But when you bring on someone on a three-way call, that person, your upline, is able to move that prospect to a decision. And that's what you're really able to do, is help them get a decision. So you're going to help close and make people make a decision, and that's what you can really do with your three-way calling. So use that. So now we have to think about what is keeping us sometimes from doing and taking advantage of what we have in our business, using our three-way calling. I know I fought doing the three-way calling with helping my new consultants call. I fought it for about 18 months. And it was my own head trash, my own stuff I had in my own mindset, my own fears around that kept me from doing that. So I want you to think for a minute with me, what is keeping you, what do you have to change inside your mind? And I really want you to think about what you could change and how you could change the story that's going on in your mind to create the kind of unbelievable abundance in your life over the next 90 days. So I want to help you change your story. So I've sat there and thought about this because I've been doing a lot of abundance training has just come to me, and it's amazing because what you focus on grows, and I've been focusing on having abundant thinking. So all this abundance training has just come to me. And so I've used the best of MJ Durkin, the best of Dave Blanchard, who is the CEO of the Augmendino Group, and he wrote the book, Today I Begin a New Life. And then there's a new organization that Phoebe Fournier and I have just joined, that a guy named Eric Lofholm. And it's training on, and he was trained by Tony Robbins. And then after 3 years working with him, he left and started his own company. And then like 10, 12 years later, Tony brought him back in for 3 years to train all of his top leaders. So I put together the very best mantras. And one of the things that Eric Lofholm does is he has his people that he's training around the world for 30 days. They say this mantra 10 times a day. So I put together this mantra that's going to change how your beliefs are around your story that you're saying to yourself. So I want to go through this with you. So this is what MJ Durkin was saying on a coaching call the other day. He was talking to this lady, and he said, you know, you've been on my coaching calls for quite a bit of time here. And he said, you know, I can really tell that you've got the skills. But what's really keeping you is that you need to change your head trash, your mindset, what you believe about who you're attracting. So I want you to think about who you are attracting. So there are people that I'm going to call today that want my message. I'm going to call people today that have been praying for an opportunity. I'm going to have some fun making calls and finding some people that are interested in taking a look at a video, listening to a presentation, coming to my home for a grand opening, or meeting with me for coffee. When I sell, I share from honesty, integrity, and compassion. Selling is about leading. It's about moving people to action that benefits them. I love what I do. I attract people who want to have more so they can be more and serve more. This business is so much fun. I love attracting quality people who want to leave the world a better place. I am empathetic. I possess a deep and profound reverence for the infinite worth of every human being. I make friends with everyone I meet. Some friends buy my products. Some friends join my business. Everyone is a friend. So that's taking the best of who I know to help you change your story and change so that you can just have abundance in your life. So I want you to think about it. Am I ready to step up and have the kind of life that I want? I got a thing today on abundance. And the question that it asked me to just spend a little bit of time here. So we're going to just take a couple of minutes, and I want you guys to have, I'm hoping that you've got some pen and paper in front of you. And I want you to just take a deep breath after I ask you this question, and then just start writing. And then I'd love to have you share what you wrote. So I want to ask you, what do you really want? Right? What do you really want in your life? What do you really want in your life? So just start writing. And I'm going to give you 2 minutes to write down what it is you want. Okay. All right. So what did you write down? And who would like to share what you wrote down? Oops, I didn't want to do that. There we go. So who would like to share what you wrote down?
I'm going to jump in if no one else does.
Please do.
So I just started writing, and then as I'm writing, I realized there's a particular order that this comes in, and it's not in the order that I've written it. But the first one I wrote down was peace, and then I went, do I really want that? Anyway, a life of ease. No, that's not me. Clothes, home, lifestyle, car, title. You know, just have the title would be nice. Choices, travel, house cleaner, partnership, recognition, personal development, to be a leader. And I think the one that stands out to me out of all of those is choices.
Okay.
Choices and personal development really is things that are key for me in those.
Okay. So just to help all of you, how much income would you need to be making per month to give you choices, the kind of choices that you want to be able to make?
Even, you know, I don't know, I should really feel like I should be reaching for a lot more, but even $2,000 to $3,000 a month is, you know, gives us choices. So
okay.
Yeah.
So let's say $3,000 a month. Okay. Right now. Okay, $3,000 a month. Okay. All right. Who else would like to share? What did you write down?
I can go, Dina.
Great. Who's this?
Chantal.
Okay, welcome.
Hi. I would like to have, first of all, no budget limit, like financially independent, totally, to be able to travel with my boys, my friends, my family, and spoil people around me. And also, because I've been always frugal with myself, because I'm a single mom. So, and then when I can have all of that, I want to make a difference because I'm in education. I would like to give to a good cause. For example, give education possibilities to children who cannot have education. So that's my main goal, because if I can reach financial independence and to be totally free financially, I will then be able to give to and be able to make a difference in children's life somewhere where they need it more.
Okay.
Because first, yeah, I find that it might be a bit egotistical, but in a sense, if I can be financially independent, I cannot give to other people.
Great. Okay. All right. Okay. Anybody else that wants to share? Okay. All right. So what I want you to do, I want to know who is up for taking the challenge. I'm going to send you this mantra. So it starts with thinking about, it starts back on the page right here. There are people I'm going to call today, because I think one of the things that we have to change is that you change the thought that what I'm doing to people to what I'm doing for people. So that's the first thing that you have to change about your story, because I want you to just really think about it. There were people that were driving down the freeway today, and they were not saying, gosh, if I could just find a great skincare, I know my life would change. They were not saying that. But they were saying, gosh, I wish I could find a way to get rid of this job. I wish that I could be home. I wish that I had more choices. I wish I could do something that I really was wanting to do. They're looking for opportunities. So you're going to start thinking about, if I could show you a way to be able to come home with your children, would you watch this 28-minute video for me? You're going to start changing your story about what you're doing for people. So you're going to start out with this mantra and then go into changing. You have to change your beliefs around selling, that selling equals service, and then come to changing your vibration about who you're attracting. I remember when Phoebe and I were working with Steve Siebold, one of the top coaches in the world, because every person that is a speaker in the world that is a big-time speaker works for him. And he used to always tell Phoebe and I that you're looking to recruit people who come from, the word just went out of my brain. Starts with a C. But the people who are involved in charities, they come from, oh gosh, now I can't think of the word. But that's who you're looking for. You're looking for people that have really want to change the world. They want to make a difference. So they come from that's who they are. And so they're involved in charities and all kinds of committees and organizations involved in your city that are wanting to make the world a better place. So that's who you're attracting. So I want you to think about what you're saying, and then one of the things that Dave Blanchard says is that when you focus on becoming, the money follows. So if you focus on becoming empathetic, a deep and profound reverence for everybody, and that you make friends with everybody you meet because you value their worth and who they are as a human being, the money follows. So this is the mantra that I'm going to send you, and I want to know if you're up to the challenge of doing this 10 times a day for the next 30 days, then email me, because I want to support you in doing it with you. So I want to see how we can change our vibration over the next 30 to 90 days and who you attract. Because you want to attract 8, 9, and 10. I want you to attract people. Steve Siebold, we were already super successful in our life, and he used to shake Phoebe and I, and he'd say, you guys are fishing in the wrong pond. And really make us think about who we were trying to bring into our team. So I want you guys to start recruiting 8, 9s, and 10s instead of 3s, 4s, and 5s. Because it only takes 110 for you to completely rock your Arbonne world. So you can do that by changing your attraction and really focusing on what you want. And if you really focus on what you want, on what you could do and change and become, that this is going to follow. So if you're up for that tonight, I'd love to have you email me. So any questions or anything that you would like some help with tonight, I'm here. Mm-hmm. Any questions anybody has or any thoughts?
Dina, I have one.
Yeah.
When are you available for three-way calls? Do you have a schedule or?
Well, you just have to let me, know. If you've got, somebody really good that you want help bringing in, and
I've got a couple salon people that I want to talk to.
Yeah, then just let me know. So yeah,
okay.
I can help you with that.
Thank you. Okay.
Any other questions, or what were your takeaways from tonight's training?
Well, for me, it's just like the shift in the mindset of where you're going, just redirecting your purpose.
Okay, redirecting your purpose, okay? I like that. That's great. Okay.
Love the fact that you're making us reflect, like really think about why we're doing this. I love that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You really need to think about why you're doing this. Absolutely. Awesome. All right, you guys. So I'll send this out to you. I'll post it, but it's going to go back out as an email when we get done. And then if you need to say it 10 times a day. That's what Erica Lofholm says. Completely changes people. They can go from selling, 300 a night to selling 1,500 a night when they change their head about what they do, about selling. When they change that, it changes everything. So I want you to really work on that with me and change it and start thinking about what you're doing for people. So let me know, and I'll send this out to you. Thanks for joining me tonight.
Dina, can I just say one more thing?
You bet.
I realized after I kind of said, what do I want, that I kind of felt really embarrassed about that. And what I realized is that, just going for, 3,000, and it's kind of weak, and it's not really enough that's going to have me shift and really get out of my comfort zone and do all that stretching and growing. So I really need to set my goals higher and be excited and be, have that adrenaline just really pumping. And so.
But that's okay, Kelly, because it's got to be 50% believable.
Yeah.
So what you say as an income needs to be 50% believable. So when I was growing, I didn't say I'm going to make $50,000 in the beginning. I said, gosh, I wonder if I can make 1,500. Or do you think I can make 3? Then do you think I can make 5? Do you think I can make 7? Do you think I can make 10? Then it went to 15, and then it went to 20. And then I didn't go from 20 to 80. I went from 20 to 30. Because your brain has to have it 50% believable.
Okay.
So if you said right now that you want to make $25,000 a month, your brain wouldn't believe you. But if you say 3,000, and when you start hitting 2, then move it up to 5,000. Okay? And then when you hit 5, move it up to 8. And then as you're just starting to inch up, move it up to 10. So that's the way you do it.
I think that helped everyone, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the way you really change your brain to start being abundant.
Mm-hmm.
Really abundant.
We're scared to say that, Dina?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're scared to fix an amount.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Know why.
Well, it's because we have issues around money. We've grown up having a lot of people think that if they make money, the only way they can say something about money is if they tell everybody they're going to give it away. If I make money, I'll open an orphanage. So you instantly have to put something in there that makes it okay to say you're going to make money.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, isn't that true?
Yes, it's
so you have
true.
to really think about what are your thoughts around money that is keeping you from making money.
Is it because we think so not so highly of ourselves? What's the reason why we say that?
It's because you dig down, you think you either don't deserve it,
Yeah.
or you think that only bad people are rich people.
It's true. How do we change that?
So you start thinking about what are the amazing things that you could become by becoming successful. It's like when Dave Blanchard, and if you guys have to leave, you can leave. But I had 2 hours of a call with him. It was one of the most life-changing things I've ever done in my entire life. And he's the man that's the CEO of the Augmendino Group and wrote that Today I Begin a New Life. And I had this 2-hour conversation with him, and he said to me, he said, Dina, there's a lot of different missions that you could go on. He said, but you have the opportunity and the ability to influence 5,000, 6,000 women and men and change their lives by what you do. And he said, so you could help them. There's so many people that go to sleep at night thinking, I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills, or I don't know if I've put enough money away for our retirement. He says, there's so many people you could change their lives in such a huge way. He says, so I want you to start picturing that you're changing thousands of people's lives. And when you start focusing on that, then your thoughts about what you make change, because then you realize that as you're helping a lot of people come home and be with their children. You're giving people choices. You're giving people opportunity for personal growth that they would have in no other way, because network marketing speeds up life. It speeds up your opportunity to make friends and to change and become a better person. It speeds it up. So when you start thinking of it that way, then you start removing the bad beliefs you have about money. Because it really is a reason that a lot of times why you're not successful is what you associate with people who are rich. So just ask yourself, is there energy around what I think about people who have a lot of money? There's a billionaire in our city in Salt Lake, and he's opened up the most astonishing cancer centers, and he's just made cancer research his focus of his life, and he's done such astonishing things with it. So, you just think about what you can become through this journey, and then what you can help other people become.
So do you have a book to suggest or someone to read about that would change our mindset about our relationship with money?
I think there's a couple new books that I just have read that I love. I love that book by Dave Blanchard, Today I Begin a New Life.
Okay.
He talks about intrinsic validation that will help you be able to truly meet people and have people open up to you so that you are able to sponsor them in such a great way. That book is fantastic. I just recently, this last week or so, I came across a new book that I want every new consultant to read. And let me just try and get to my library on my phone. And I love this new little book, and you can download it for only like $2.99. And it's by Johna Parr, Johna Parr, P-A-R-R, and it's called When the Dream is Big Enough.
Okay.
And they're seven-figure income earners in network marketing. And she just tells it like it is. She was a single mom when she started, and it is the best little book. for
Okay.
really telling it like it is of what you need to do to become incredibly successful in network marketing. And it's a fast read, but it's really, really good.
Okay, thank you.
And that she talks about that her partner, she ended up finally marrying him, but he was her upline, and he just took her to task one day, and he said, "You're never going to grow a team because you're not growing. You're not taking the time to grow as a person." So she really changed everything when she started reading for at least like 15 minutes a day, and she's read just hundreds of books.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that made all the difference in her world when she started really changing her mind. So I'll give you those two books, and then I'll give you another book on our next call.
Thank you, Dina.
You bet. All right, you guys, have just a great week, and let me know if you're ready to do the mantras with me, and we'll talk next week.
Kim, thank you. Have a nice
right.
week.
You
Thank
betcha.
you, Dina.
Talk to you then.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.